Hey Sugar Geeks, Liz here. Today I'm going to be talking about a new mixer that you may have seen me use on the last few videos, the Bosch Universal Plus. I'm going to be talking about all of the little attachments and all the little things that I love about this mixer, and even some things that I don't love. Coming up next on the Sugar Geek Show. Okay, so first of all, let me just talk about my perspective as a cake decorator. I used to decorate cakes for a living. I made 3 or 4 wedding cakes every week, sometimes 5. So I'm definitely a step above just like your hobby baker, but I don't have my own shop. So one of the things that really appealed to me about, this mixer is just the size. It's not quite a commercial mixer, but it's a little bit bigger than just this little baby. Not that there's anything wrong with a tiny mixer. A lot of you out there have little mixers like this, hand mixers, that's totally fine. You might want to upgrade at some point to a larger mixer, but if not, that's totally cool. This little green mixer, his name's Oscar. I got him for $50 off of Craigslist when I very first started cake decorating, and he is near and dear to my heart. It's not like I don't love him, but he's got some problems. So the main difference is just in technical stuff. 6.5 quarts for this bowl, 4.5 quarts for this one, or if you have the bigger size, that's 6 quarts. This is 800 watts, this is 590. This has 10 mixing speeds and this only has 4. So, that's one difference. It's I wish this had maybe a couple more mixing speeds on it, but I've never needed to go above 4 because it's a more powerful motor. And then of course this has a ton of different attachments that you can get even if you're outside of cake decorating. And this has a stainless steel bowl, but I heard Bosch is just about to come out with a stainless steel bowl version. So I'm gonna be getting one of those babies ASAP for my Italian meringue. Now at the very end of this video, I'm gonna put a link in where you can get a special deal on a full package, the baker's package of everything that I'm using here, so stick with me. So the things that I love the most about this overall, over everything, is the fact that it has a huge capacity bowl and this open top. This is just really huge for me because I can access whatever's in here easily and then take the bowl off and dump out my batter, because that's one of the things that I absolutely cannot stand about this mixer, is just that it's very hard to get in there, it's awkward. So this is just a big open space. So that's just really awesome for me. It's got 2 mixing paddles instead of 1, so it's more efficient. And mostly I just really like the open top. It is a little bit weird that there's a thing in the middle, but for me it's better than this huge thing in the middle. So yes, I had to get used to the new attachments. Yes, I have to get used to the thing in the middle, but I just can't go back to this. And I'm sorry, Oscar, you were a good mixer, I love you. So we can talk all day about the features and the attachments, but let's put this baby to the test and see how it holds up in real life situations in the kitchen. Are you ready for this? Let's go. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna test is how much cake batter this baby can hold. I've got a triple batch of my white cake recipe. This is more cake batter than I've ever made at one time. So let's see how it handles it. Okay, so now I'm gonna attach my mixing attachments. You wanna put those in first because once we get all of our ingredients in here, there's not gonna be any room for attachments. Ask me how I know. These are what the paddle attachments look like. They slide on just like so. And then there's another attachment that goes right over the top that is the scraper. There's 2 little clips on either side here. You just wanna make sure that you are carefully putting those on because I have broken one before. So this scrapes against the middle portion, this scrapes against the outside portion. And then that just snaps on. If you're pregnant, your belly gets in the way. There we go. Butter, 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 butter. It's like a wood chipper, but for butter. By the way, I'm mixing on setting number 1 because this has so much power, I don't need it to go any faster than number 1. 42 ounces of sugar. This is a great time to point out that you may notice that my mixer is not doing the mixer dance because it's freaking suction cupped to the countertop. It's got suction cups. That is seriously one of my favorite things about this thing. You just press down and it doesn't move. Even when you go up to Setting number 4. It's not moving. So now I'm gonna add in my oil, and I don't want it to splash out, but oh my gosh, look at this, splash guard. That's so satisfying. So it feels like a spaceship that's about to take off, and it's actually pretty quiet. I have a KitchenAid mixer that is a stand mixer that has a 6-quart bowl, and it is so loud, I can't even stand it. I can't even stand it. So that was one of the major things that I loved about this, was just it's quiet. Okay, after the oil, 33 ounces of egg whites. It's getting full in there. Are you combining? All right, egg whites are in there. Now that's all that's left is like 30 ounces of buttermilk and 42 ounces of flour. One of the things that I don't love about this guard is that I wish that there was like a hole right here and not in the middle, because I kind of have to like choose between dumping straight over the middle or kind of like fitting down in there. So I wish that there was a hole right there. Oh. We're getting full. That is literally filled to the brim. Like there is no space left in there. Yep, there's the top of the mixer. Okay. Ta-da! That is so much cake batter. Let's see how many pans that we can actually fill with one batch of cake batter. That took, what, 5 minutes to mix? Yeah, it's literally took me longer to weigh out everything. I do wish the bowl had a handle. That would be nice. So one of the things I don't love is that these mixing pieces are made of plastic and acrylic. So I broke one of the attachments in the first week because I was just being a little rough with it. And it is something to keep in mind when you're switching out your mixing attachments. Be careful. I might have enough for 2 more 6 inches. That would be amazing. So I'm like genuinely shocked. I literally had enough cake batter to fill a 10-inch square, 2 8 inches, and 2 6 inches, and I have a little bit left over. That is nuts. The next thing we're gonna test is how much buttercream this baby can hold. So I'm gonna put a triple batch of my easy buttercream in here and see what happens. So when you're making my easy buttercream, you wanna start with the whisks. Put my bowl scrapers on, 18 ounces of egg whites. Let's see. All right, 2 pounds. In you go. 2 more pounds. Butter? 1, 2, 3, 4.5 pounds of butter. It looks like ice cream. Okay, so this definitely fits in there. It's definitely all the way up to the top. Like there is no room in there, but still, I call that a success. It did like kind of slow down a little bit when I added all the butter in there, but when I do this with like my KitchenAid mixer, you can really hear the motor like struggling to like whip up all that butter. So that 800-watt motor is really coming in handy. Okay, so our tests were successful. I know that we tried a lot of funny things and, you know, kind of pushed it to its limits, but honestly, I am super impressed with the capacity that this mixer holds, especially for me who has to make a lot of cake. Like sometimes I gotta make a 4-tier wedding cake and, you know, this just cuts down on time and effort for me. I love the open top. That is like one of my favorite features of this, and I love the efficient mixing. I admit, when I first wanted to try this mixer, I was like, this has a lot of parts, you know, these are a lot of little different attachments, and it was a little weird to go from the KitchenAid with one attachment to like 4 pieces. But to be honest, like, because I never have to scrape my bowl and the mixing is so efficient, like you saw me, you know, get that buttercream in there. It just, the way that it handles everything is just amazing and really worth it to me. As far as price goes, I know that this may seem like it's expensive, but you have to remember this is a 6.5 quart mixer. So if you compare that price point to the KitchenAid 6 quart professional mixer, it's pretty much the same, and it comes with more attachments. So if you want to check out this exact model, my affiliate link that is just for you guys, that comes with the mixer, the lid, all of the attachments, the whisks, the paddles, the cookie paddles, and the scrapers, you can go to my affiliate link down there in the description box. Or you can check out all of the extra info that I put in the blog post on sugargeekshow.com. So overall, I love the Bosch mixer. If you want to give it a try, I hope you love it too. I'm Liz Merrick, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.